Yo, 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 yo. What's happening, everybody? It's your boy Ruck in the building, man. NCAA tournament is this week. We've already got play-in games happening. It just feels right. Everything feels really good. I'm excited to see what's going to go on right here. Literally today, it's Thursday. Today is the start of the tournament. Who are the sleepers? Who are we excited to see? I'm just excited to see every team that lost in their conference tournament bounce back because that had to be a fluke week. I mean, everybody, every good team in every conference took a L in their conference tournament. Not one number one seed won their conference tournament. That is crazy. But it's all good. This is March, and this is why you play the game in March, right? So let's get it rolling. It's your boy Ruck in the building. Got the boy Lance Asher with me again. He gonna be rocking with me for the next couple of weeks, man, as we get this NCAA tournament kicked off fully today. Biggest games today, biggest sleepers, and third and final. Without picking our favorite teams, who can we see winning the national championship in 2024? You already know what it is, man. It's straight up Tennessee, baby. It is the beginning of the NCAA tournament. Let's get it.
From 40, on the way, a knuckle ball. He got it!
Hey, yo, straight up Tennessee fam, what's happening? Man, it's your boy Ruck in the building. Y'all know what to do right now. Top of the show, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification right now, man, so you guys never miss an episode. Also, share this thing. I'm telling you, copy the link, put it on your Twitter, X, Facebook, Insta, TikTok, whatever you have to do. Go ahead and clip a part of this show today, post it, share it. And continue to get the word out, man, about straight up Tennessee, baby. Apple and Spotify, we are honored. Y'all know it, man. We started right there with no video, just straight audio. Y'all listening to me talk, and look at how far we have come. Thank you guys for the love and support. Continue to rate us 5 stars. Give us a thumbs up if you continue to love the content. We're pushing it out weekly right now. Man, big news in Knoxville right now. Spring practice has kicked off for the Vols football team. It's been really cool to see Holden Stage, Jamon McCoy, all of these new cats, the transfers, the freshmen, Boo Carter. It's been really cool seeing those guys get into the field, the flow of everything. Obviously, Josh Heupel had an opening press conference. Man, we're going to talk all about that in another show as week 1 ends. We're going to put all of those pieces together, get a big report on what's going on right over there on the practice field, and really get an excitement for what's to come in the spring. I think for Tennessee football, it's kind of hard right now to get as excited with the orange and white game because only 10,000 people are going to be able to go to this because of renovations. So the spring game is kind of a wash this year, but we're going to cover spring practice here after week 1 and after the start of the NCAA tournament. But y'all, man, I'm going to bring on my boy Lance Asher. We're going to chop it up today. Lance, what's happening, my boy?
What's up, boy?
We back at it again. Back at it again.
We back at it. March sadness is upon us.
Bro, let's talk about this to start off the whole conversation before we even start talking NCAA. I think last week had to be a fluke. It just had to be a fluke week with not one number 1 seed in Power 5 won their conference tournament. Yeah. And that's very rare. And so it either made me feel hopeful or I'm going to be really sad in about Tennessee plays, I guess, 12, 13 hours from the time this releases. So,
yeah, I think the story from the beginning of the season is still the story at the end of the season, which is that there's so many teams that could win or lose on any given night more so than recent memory I can think of. I mean, it's just you just don't know what's going to happen. Even and throughout the season, there was not one team, I feel like, that like really solidified itself as a we can't lose team. UConn
Yeah.
is probably the closest thing we've got, and God, I don't know, dude. I can't say watching all those conference tournaments made me any kind of hopeful for anybody really going into this tournament. But I mean, that's what we love about March Madness. So
I know. I think you saw in different tournaments teams to really be kind of looking forward to. Like, there's two teams off the top of my head where I'm like, right now you don't really want to play NC State, and you really I still just have this weird feeling you just don't want to play Texas A&M right now. Like the guard play and DJ Burns, who was at Tennessee in 2019, that was his freshman year at Tennessee. He could not stick it out and wait because he played behind Grant Williams for a year. And then once Grant Williams left, he came back and he had to play behind somebody else. It never worked out for DJ Burns in Knoxville, but he goes to NC State, and now everybody's talking about DJ Burns. And
yeah,
so
dude.
it's cool to see him having success. And it's funny how he only gets to play like 2, 3, 4 minute intervals because he literally can't run the floor that well.
Crazy, man. One
But
of the
he's so
most
nice.
exciting definitely one of the most exciting players coming into the tournament.
He's
And
super nice.
not to put the cart before the horse, but I do have Kentucky beating NC State in that second round game in that part of the bracket. So
Oh yeah. Yeah, I gotta fill out another one. I fill out 2 brackets only every year. I used to do 3 and 4 just because I wanted to have a perfect one. I'm wasting my time. Um, and so now I only do 2, and I do one where I'm picking Tennessee regardless. And then the second one I do it on Thursday morning before the first games. I do it and I realign myself and I'm saying, okay, think like a basketball fan.
yeah,
And typically that bracket does best every single time because I have to just be honest and understand that literally the NCAA tournament is the only sporting event I feel like where literally anybody can win it.
for
It's not
sure.
like the playoffs, like the NBA playoffs. Like the best teams are gonna make the
And
finals.
it's getting harder for the best teams to win. I mean,
Yes.
we've had a 15 seed reach the Sweet 16 3 years in a row. We've had a 16 seed knock off a 1 seed twice now. I mean, I mean, that's all in the last few years. So, I mean, you really don't know.
No, you don't. Um, let's just talk about the bracket right now. Which region, Lance, do you think just off the top is the most favorable? Like when you look at the just from 1 to 16, from the south to the Midwest to the west to the east, like who has the easiest way to the Final Four in your opinion?
I feel like, I don't know, you may not like me saying this, but I think that the Midwest region is the easiest region. Purdue's the 1 seed, Tennessee is the 2 seed there. I, I mean, I'm looking at these teams right now. I've got it pulled up, and you've got, Utah State and TCU for your 8-9 matchup. That's whatever. Gonzaga is your 5 seed. I picked McNeese State to upset Gonzaga there because Will Wade seems to find ways to do that. Kansas, actually, just a few minutes ago before recording this, Kevin McCullough is out for the NCAA tournament. So Samford over Kansas probably just became an even more popular upset pick. And then you've got South Carolina, probably your weakest 6 seed, looking across the board. I mean, I like Tennessee's chances, man. Not to jinx it, but I like Tennessee's chances to get out to at least the Elite Eight, if not the Final Four. There, I think that's probably the most favorable pathway for the 1 or the 2 seed in any region. But That's my opinion. What do you think?
Yep, I agree with you. I think the Midwest is the most favorable for the top seeds. And when I say top seeds, I'm saying
Yeah.
1 through 4. And I'm really kind of Xing Kansas out at this point because Hunter Dickinson, as of Tuesday, was still in non-contact practice.
Yeah.
If you're non-contact 2 days before your game, bro, I'm sorry.
It's hard to imagine a deep run by Kansas without Hunter Dickinson and Kevin McCullough both being available, not only available, but at their best. And
Exactly.
we're clearly not going to get there. So,
And so I'm really like saying Purdue, Tennessee, Creighton. Nobody's scared of Creighton. I think Creighton, they just don't match up well with anybody in this entire tournament to me. I understand, they've been pretty good all year long. They finished the year 23-9. I understand that they got a great guy in Baylor Skierman. He's averaging almost 19 a game, 9 boards, 4 dimes. Like, he's a good baller. Trey Alexander, great guard play. But when you actually look at the things they've done, they beat Alabama by 3. They lost to Marquette by 5. They lost to UConn. So when I start to see them play good teams and they're losing, it lets me know that when they play good teams, they just don't match up well.
yeah.
They lost, they beat Marquette once, but they then also turn around and play a really bad Villanova team right now, and they only win by 2 points and they play terrible. And so you just I don't know a lot about Creighton. I don't know who they are. I don't know if they're the same Creighton of old. But if I had to pick another side of the bracket that's not the Midwest, I really think it's the West region. I think that when you look at the West, the only team that is really scaring me is actually an 11 seed, and that's the New Mexico Lobos. If you watch them play at all this year, guard play, man, like unbelievable guard play. And you watch them, I think they're going to dog walk Clemson. I think if whoever gets there, Baylor, Colgate, New Mexico might be making it to the Sweet 16. Like, that's the team over there that I'm nervous about. I'm not scared of Arizona. I'm really not scared of Alabama, because Alabama hasn't been the same since Tennessee beat them on College Game Day about 2.5 or 3 Saturdays ago.
Yeah.
I think that was the turning point for Alabama. It's like it showed the world that all you got to do to beat them, slow them down, let them shoot as many threes as you want, just close out. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
Close out. And so if I'm North Carolina, I'm licking my chops. North Carolina's toughest game is going to be the second game, regardless of who wins, because I think if you have to play Mississippi State, it's a bad matchup for North Carolina. If you have to play Michigan State, Tom Izzo is just a scary coach to play in the tournament.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? So, but once you get past that, I think the West is favorable for whoever can get to that Sweet 16 matchup. I think you're going to like where you stand. But I think looking at the entire bracket, goodness gracious, the South and the East are almost identically as hard, based off of when you get to that round of 32, because I think that's going to shape up both of those brackets, because the only upset I see in the East for real is Drake over Washington State. I like Drake in that game.
Same.
I think UAB is really good. Andy Kennedy coached at Ole Miss for years. He knows how to win basketball games. I don't know yet. I think San Diego State might be a good matchup for UAB. I don't know. I haven't seen San Diego State a ton. But I definitely can see that Drake team handling business there. And then when you look at y'all's bracket in the South, really the only upset that I could see truly, and I mean like truly in that bracket, I can see NC State taking Texas Tech.
Yeah.
And then James Madison is hot, but Wisconsin is also really hot right now.
Yeah, they are.
So I don't know. Those two brackets are tough because I feel like those two sides there are just some teams that are playing really, really well right now.
100%.
And you just kind of hope you don't have to play them, or when you get to them, you kind of put them back down to earth.
Yeah. I feel like this is a little bit of a weird seeding. Because I think everyone, even on social media, I've seen kind of unanimously agrees like the East and the South are pretty tough, and the West and the Midwest are not quite as tough. I mean, perception is what it is. But overall, I think from a Kentucky and Tennessee standpoint, one or two games early are really going to make or break a big run for both teams.
Yeah, I say this every single year, but this year more than anything for a lot of the top seeds, the hardest game to win is the first one.
100%.
And if you win that game, it don't matter. It don't matter if you beat a team that you're supposed to beat. It's still the hardest game because that is the game. I think you're more nervous the first game than you are for the Natty.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because it's just all too new, man. Like, bro, you're in the locker room with your homie. Bro, we finna walk out here in the NCAA tournament. Like, wow. Like, this is the biggest stage of them all. And if you can win one, get one under your belt, you got enough there to make a run.
Then you can be a little bit more loose. You can be a little bit more free, a little bit less anxious.
Yep. It's kind of what happened to Tennessee last year. I think we played that first game against gosh, I can't even remember who it was. They had one guy, Jordan Woods or something like that. I can't even remember who it was. We won the game. It was tight. But then we got to play Duke in the second round and beat Duke.
Yeah.
That was when it was like they were just playing free. But then we got to the Sweet 16, and just like everybody else, it felt like we lost to FAU there.
Yeah.
So
bad place or wrong place, wrong time.
Yep. What did you honest opinion, did you think y'all would pull a 3?
No.
I was so shocked. I was like, and I was talking to my pastor, who's also a massive Kentucky fan. Shout out to you, Kev, my man. He was like, I feel like these seeds are all based off of potential.
Yeah, it's strange. I was really thinking we were probably sitting at the 4 seed at the best. Maybe if even a 5. I don't know. I was definitely surprised to see us get a 3 and Auburn get a 4. When it was all said and done, I really thought Auburn would end up being the one to slide up to that 3 seed. I'm not really sure what exactly the committee was using there to make that decision. I mean, Kentucky won 1 games earlier than Auburn did in the season, but I mean, I think we won about the same amount of quad 1 games. I'd have to go look, but I mean, we beat them at home, but I mean, I can't imagine that matters for that much at this point. When Auburn went all the way and won the SEC, championship game as a 4 seed. So I am not sure what to make of that. I didn't expect the 3 seed. I'm not super upset. Looking at Auburn's path in the East, having to go through UConn and a hot Iowa State team, I'd rather take my chances over here where I'm at right now at the 3 seed in the South. But yeah, I definitely didn't expect that. I think Tennessee deserved the 2 that you got. So congratulations. I think that was earned. I would love to see Tennessee make a deep run in this tournament. That would make me very happy. If we happen to match up, then may the best man win.
That's what I'm saying. I would love to see it because I think where we would match up is in the Elite 8. Is that right?
No, in the Final 4.
Final 4. How amazing would that be? Like, it would be what the SEC hoped was going to happen in the SEC tournament that didn't happen.
Yep. And since we didn't get it there, I mean, what better way to put it to the test?
Yeah, in the freaking Final 4, right there in Glendale, Arizona. That'd be lit, bro.
It'd be fun,
That
man.
would be
I'd have
So,
half of mine to go to Arizona.
boy, I go broke. I go broke trying to go out there because, boy, Phoenix, man, flying to Phoenix is not cheap.
Yeah, I believe you. Never been
It
out there,
ain't
but
cheap.
I believe you.
I love Phoenix. I went out to Phoenix once. It's a super cool city. A lot of great Mexican food. Great Mexican food everywhere.
Sign me up.
Yeah. Yeah. Your butthole be on fire, but it's good. Uh um Lance, when you're looking at this again, who's the sleeper team for you right now? Like if you had to pick one team, it doesn't matter which side of the bracket you choose, but if you had to pick a team to take it to the Sweet 16, Elite 8, heck, Final 4, who's that team for you right now?
I am probably gonna go with Iowa State. I watched that last game where they blew out Houston, and I was like, I mean, geez, if they can do that, like for 6 games in a row, that's pretty tough. So, admittedly, haven't watched a ton of Big 12 basketball like all the way through.
Yeah.
Definitely haven't watched a lot of Iowa State games. So I'm going with my gut here as a basketball fan. Uh, I look at that over there in the East, and I'm like, well, stats are stats, and so it's not likely that many 1 seeds make it to the Final Four. And Iowa State is coming off, I mean, just an absolute devastating destruction of a really good team. And so that's definitely a team I wouldn't want to see. And I've got them going to the Elite Eight in my own bracket. So that's probably, I don't know if it's fair to say a sleeper team when they're a 2 seed, but I mean, I don't know if you agree. They feel like a sleeper team to me, just because nobody's been talking about Iowa State like this
Yeah.
whole season, it seems like, and then all of a sudden they're just like, "Hey, what's up?" yeah,
Remember us?
yeah, we're 2 seed.
You,
Hello.
you you know when I'm looking at it, bruh, if if the big guy from Florida didn't just have a horrific injury,
You
the
stole it
way
from me. That's what I was gonna say.
it was Florida. It was
Yeah.
Florida because, man, like just how hot they've been. They got the shooters. They had the big guys. Even though that guy, I can't even remember his name.
Micah Hanglotten.
Like even though he wasn't a necessarily a scoring big, he was a presence, and that's what you need
Yeah.
inside. And now Samuels is up to do it by himself. You still got guard play with Krugel and Clayton and Zion pulling. I just don't think it's going to be enough now. I wouldn't be shocked if they lost the first round even.
Yeah.
But
I initially had them making it to the Sweet 16 and losing to Kentucky because I thought that'd be fun.
yeah,
But after that injury, I ended up changing my pick. So I've got Florida winning their first game, but then losing to Marquette in that second round.
I agree. Right now, if I had to take one team in the entire tournament, um, just looking at everything, matchups, getting in from whichever area they have to, for me, it's Drake. I've seen them play so many times this year, and just the way their guards can their guards can beat you however way you can imagine. They can score the ball, they can shoot it from 3. Not only that, but when you go and look at some of the games they've won, you beat a Nevada team who's also made the tournament. You go and you handle multiple back-to-back to back-to-back to back-to-back games. They're also being led by the back-to-back 2-time Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Year, Tucker DeVries. He's averaging 21, almost 22 points a game.
Jeez Louise. I
it,
didn't know that.
he can just he gets down, and so it's really cool to see, Drake. Like, check this out, man. Drake averages 80.5 points a game.
Wow.
They lost 4 conference games this year. Like, I feel like if we're talking about an underdog sleeper team, for me it's Drake. I don't know, how they'll match up if they have to meet Illinois there. I think Illinois also has been playing good basketball towards the
They,
end of the year.
they
Tennessee
really have.
we beat Illinois by 20 at Thompson Bowling Arena early this year. But again, you're only as you want to be at your best now, and they are Illinois in who I'm saying. They're playing great. Terrence Shannon, I feel like he's been playing college basketball for about 8 years.
Yeah, no
Uh,
kidding.
and he's been to 17 schools, but it's only been 2. But it feels like he's been everywhere. So
Yeah.
I think Drake, but I'm just interested, bro. I think today on Thursday, we finally open up. The only thing I'm nervous about for Tennessee in this first game is 9:20 local tip. I don't like that. That's late, bro.
That is late. Ugh.
And let me tell you this. This is crazy. So I'm a donor to the university. I have season tickets for football. So Tennessee works off of donor rank when they start distributing tickets for big events. So like SEC tournament and now with the NCAA tournament. The NCAA only gave Tennessee 100 tickets. Okay. People with donor ranks of like, and the donor rank is like put it into perspective. My donor rank is like 1369. There are people with donor ranks of like 99, 100, 107 that did not get tickets to the NCAA tournament. And so we were all joking about it, but it's true. It's like when you start talking donor ranks, Tennessee section is going to be a lot of old white-haired people that are going to be quiet just because they got good money.
Yeah.
They're going to go to these games. And so I'm just hoping the same. It's a little different for everyone, specifically these two fan bases, Kentucky, Tennessee, because, man, Charlotte is up the street, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
That's up the street.
That's an interesting conversation too. Maybe we'd say for another thing, but there was a lot of talk about that this year with Rupp Arena. It even ended up earning the nickname Rupp Retirement Zone, designated that by its own fans. So
Wow.
like I said, we can save that for another conversation. But man, with the history and the fun that Tennessee and Kentucky basketball both bring, neither of those venues should be quiet. Like it should be two of the loudest places to play. And they're up there, but like national media wise, when you ask like where's the loudest places, like people say, Fog Allen at Kansas or Bud Walton in Arkansas. Like, come on. Like we nobody should be calling Rupp Arena a retirement home. Like,
Rupp Arena is the largest basketball venue in the country,
and it should be the loudest and the craziest, but it's not. Like Duke, Cameron Crazies. There's like 50% less people in that room, and it's crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
I would love to go to a game there just to be.
I don't know if I could stomach it, but I'd think about it.
Lance, bro, as we wrap up today, man, what game other than Kentucky's are you looking forward to today? And then what game are you looking forward to on Friday?
Man, I'm really curious about this Wisconsin and JMAD game. I hate Wisconsin. I mean, I'm a Kentucky fan. I literally earlier today I watched the Kentucky-Wisconsin game from 2015 where we were undefeated into the Final Four and lost, just to get mad and get ready. Like I can't understate how much I hate Wisconsin. So I would love to see James Madison win that game and then win the next one against Duke. I mean, that's, what a better story. I love McNeese State over Gonzaga.
Yeah.
I think Will Wade is one dirty dog, and I
hate Will Wade, but he can coach.
I really just think he can win that game against Gonzaga. Yeah, those might be the two early games that I'm the most like kind of excited about or curious about.
Yeah.
I'll get Drake Washington State too. I mean, we've already talked about that, but that's an exciting matchup for early on in the tournament.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for me, bro, looking at the whole thing, the two games I'm most excited for Friday, I'm really excited to see Texas A&M and Nebraska. I think it's a game that everybody's kind of sleeping on.
Yeah,
Like, people don't realize Nebraska wasn't bad this
they're not,
year.
bro. That Japanese dude,
Dude.
I think his name's Casey Tominaga. Please, I'm sorry if I got that wrong. He's bad. Like,
Yeah.
that dude can ball, man.
Yes, and they've had a lot of big wins. I mean, this Nebraska team, they beat Purdue.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
beat Ohio State. They beat Wisconsin. Like,
yeah.
they have big wins on their schedule this year. But can you stop Wade Taylor and Tyrese Radford? Can you stop them?
The answer is no, and we both know the answer's no.
It's gonna be fun to watch. And then I think for me, the second game, bro, that I'm laser focused on Friday. It is the first game that will hit my TV. It is the first game. It is the inaugural. It is the beginning of college NCAA tournament. It's that Mississippi State and Michigan State game. These
That's a
two
big
teams
game.
match up. They match up perfectly. And I just can't bet against Michigan State in the tournament. That's my only fear. Is like, Mississippi State had a great run towards the end of the year, played great in the SEC tournament, smacked us. I can't bet against Izzo, but I can't
like
wait
that
to watch
game.
that game. It's gonna be fun to watch.
Normally I'm like a ride with the SEC, kind of guy. However, I'm mad. I'm mad
Yes,
this year.
revenge
I
tour.
want to see everybody lose. So, give me the Spartans in that one.
Y'all, man, we're gonna be back, man. We're gonna literally recap this entire weekend, because, guys, the beautiful thing about this weekend is you're gonna get round of 64 on Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday, we're gonna turn around and get the round of 32. So we're gonna be able to bounce back next week early and kind of recap the weekend. Hopefully both of our teams are still in it. There's no way we cannot be in it. I mean, there is a way, but man, come on, y'all. Come on.
Yeah. Hey,
So
we should reseed the teams for the second weekend.
let's do it.
That'd be fun.
That would be fun. So, man, y'all, thank y'all for tapping in with us. NCAA tournament kicks off today. Wherever you're watching, thank you. Thank you for the love and support. Like, comment, subscribe, share this thing. Apple and Spotify, we love you. Put that Kentucky shirt down. Y'all know what it is. It's all about Knox. It's all about the Vols. It's all about straight up Tennessee, baby. We love you guys. We'll see you back next week for the Sweet 16 episode. Let's get it.